Good afternoon. For today's video, let me share my understanding of proof of God's existence through the lens of Saint Anselm and Saint Thomas Aquinas. Beforehand, uh, let me begin with the introduction of uh, Saint Anselm and Saint Thomas Aquinas. First, sino ba si Saint Anselm? Sino ba si San Anselmo? Yan. Siya ay isang monghe, theologo at arsobispo ng Canterbury. Kilala siya sa kanyang ontological argument para sa pag-iral ng Diyos na makikita sa kanyang akdang proslogyon. At sino naman si Santo Tomas Aquino, Saint Thomas Aquinas? Siya ay isang Italianong monghe, pilosopo at teologo na katulad din ni San Anselmo. Kilala siya sa kanyang pinakatanyag na aklat. Ang pangalan ay Summa Theologica na nagpapaliwanag ng pananampalatayang Katoliko gamit ang logic at filosofiya. Ang pag-iral ng Diyos ay ating mere desire of knowing God, yung desire natin para makilala yung pag-iral ng Diyos from different perspectives, no? We find evidence of God's existence in the beauty, complexity, and order of nature, no? Kung pagbabasihan, no, bago tayo magsimula kay Anselmo, kung pagbabasihan yung God's existence sa natura, no, base dun sa nature, no, nandun nakapaloob yung order and harmony, no. Ano ba meron sa order and harmony? Nandito yung law of physics and the consistent functioning of the universe, no? Along with the balance and harmony of nature, suggest a creator with a plan of and precision. May plano na kung saan nandun na yung paggawa ng creator, yung gumagawa. No? In fact, may counter arguments and alternative perspectives, no? May isa na doon, no? Isa lang nakita ko, pero andun yung subjectivity of interpretation, na kung saan nakapaloob yung interpretasyon ng nature as evidence of God's existence is subjective and open to different viewpoints, no? Kaya para makikita natin doon sa kung paano natin i-contrast, kung paano natin i-differentiate yung proof of God's existence ng dalawang santo, which is si Saint Anselm at si Santo Tomas Aquino, no? In which I would like to tackle more further. No? By then, allow me to contrast and differentiate the viewpoints of Saint Anselm and Saint Thomas Aquinas' proof of God's existence. Beginning with Saint Anselm. Saint Anselm defines God as that than which nothing greater can be conceived. In short, God is the greatest possible being. No? Bakit greatest possible being si God? Because God possesses the highest conceivable degree of all perfections. This follows from his definition of God as that than which nothing greater can be conceived. Anselm argued that if we can conceive a being that has all perfections, then this being must exist. So, para may kinukuha tayo ng perfect nature, perfect ng pagiging iral sa buhay na. Because existence itself is a perfection. May tatlong bagay kung bakit andun yung perfection ni God. Una dun yung necessary existence kasi yun nga, which means God exists. At dahil dun, it cannot fail to exist. Walang pumapalya dun sa pag-iral ng Diyos. sa kung ano yung nandun sa necessary existence ni God, no? Kaya parang walang walang papalya talaga. And then, yan. He possesses all perfections, no? Pangalawa, because God is omnipotence, omniscient, and morally perfect. Pangatlo is existence in reality is greater than existence in thought alone. If God existed only in the mind, we could conceive of a greater being. No? Maisip natin yung greater being through our minds. No? One that exists both in the mind and reality. No? Mula doon sa existence in the mind and reality, si San Anselmo ay nag-argue that even an atheist can conceive of God in the mind. No? However, a being that exists in reality is greater than one that exists only in the mind. Then makikita doon sa logical necessity, since God is the greatest conceivable being, He must exist in reality. Otherwise, something greater can be conceived which contradicts the definition. From St. Anselm, he had a rationalist approach in which he relies on the definition of God. No? Lastly, si San Anselmo ay a priori, dun yan, kinukuha dun sa a priori reasoning. Yun na, yung nakapaloob dun yung pananaw niya, yung pagkakaintindi niya dun sa God's existence is independent of experience, no? Mula dun sa kanyang filosofiya, no? Iniimbitahan tayo, inaanyahan na tayo na makilahok dun sa profound discussion with ourselves and God, no? Only through such openness can one begin to understand who God is and what it means to react to Him in His trust. No? His discussion of God's qualities, mula doon sa chapter 5:13 of the Proslogion, moves from the intellectual understanding of God to the God of Scriptures, emphasizing the contradiction between rational conception and divine transcendence. Yan yung pinagkaiba naman kay Santo Tomas, no? From what I have learned, St. Thomas Aquinas formulated the 5 proofs of God's existence, in which it is based on empirical observation and Aristotelian philosophy. No? Una, everything in motion. No? Lahat gumagalaw, may motion na ah, may paggalaw, no? Yung sa paggalaw na yun, may gumagalaw ng kung sino, no? Everything in motion is moved by something else. For then, there must be a first mover, which is God. No? Secondly, every effect has a cause. May causation na leading to a first cause. Kung may first move, meron ding first cause. In which, ayun din, si God din yun. Pangatlo, since things exist but could cease to exist, there must be a necessary being. Kaya, ayun nga parang nakikita doon yung God's existence, and then nakapaloob din yung necessary being that sustains existence. For then there is contingency. There are varying degrees of perfection in things. There must be a most perfect being, and which is God, as the ultimate standard. And lastly, the order of nature suggests an intelligent designer. Yung designer na yan, which is God. Siya rin yung parang doon nasa kanya nakapaloob yung perfection, no? Mula kay Aquinas, yun, intention ni Aquinas is not to prove the existence of God in the sense of providing irrefutable evidence, but rather to show that belief in God is reasonable. No? Anyway, meron din siya mga argumento na kung saan nakapaloob yung the existence of God is not self-evident. If it were, no one could deny God's existence. No? Ano ba? Hindi lang makikita sa self-evident, makikita yung existence of God sa iba, no? Hindi naman talaga siya totally self-evident. Kung meron man, no one could deny God's existence. Pangalawa, the existence of God is demonstrable, no? Not in the empirical sense of science, but through metaphysical reasoning. Kaya nga meron tayong metaphysics para maintindihan natin sa in metaphysical way yung pag-intindi sa metaphysical uh, existent. No? Ayun na. Aquinas develops five proofs known as the five ways which demonstrate God's existence based on observation of the world. No? Yun nga, mula doon sa argument from motion, everything in motion is moved by something else. There must be an unmoved mover, which we call God. Argument from efficient causality, everything that exists has a cause. No? Kung merong first mover, may unmoved mover, then yung sa causality, everything that exists has a cause. There must be uh, uncaused first cause. Yun, yung uncaused first cause, si God. Then third, yung possibility and necessity. Contingent beings exist, but there must be a necessary being that sustains them, no, which is God. Siya rin susustento ng mga bagay dito sa mga necessary being. No? Ayan. Argument from gradations of perfection. There are degrees of perfection in things. There must be an ultimate standard. May standard tayo. May pinagkukuhaan tayo ng perfection ng mga bagay. Sorry. Argument from teleology. No? The order in the universe implies an intelligent designer. Parang halintulad lang kay Anselmo, no? Yan. Aquinas' approach seeks to harmonize faith and reason. He acknowledges that faith and reason have distinct roles but are ultimately compatible. No? Rational knowledge does not replace faith, but it supports the credibility of belief. You know? Ano ba yung pagkakaiba ni San Anselmo at ni Santo Tomas Aquino? No? Kung kay San Anselmo, pure reason. May pinanghuhugutan na rason. No? May pure. Kay Santo Tomas naman ay observation of the world. No? Yung tipo ng kanilang argumento, yun yan. Para nakita natin kay San Anselmo, si San Anselmo ay a priori, which independent of existence. Independent of experience, rather. And Saint Thomas is a posteriori, which he based on experience. No? Mula doon sa kanilang pagkakaiba, merong knowledge na kung saan makikita yung pangalan knowledge that is gained without relying on sensory experience. Para kay San Anselmo, no? Parang makikita lang doon sa yung pure reason lang. For example, para sa mathematics, yung 2 plus 2,